Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Valaery Rose Show. I'm your host, Valaery Rose, and today's going to be a solo episode. No guest. I know it's been a minute. And today we're going to be talking about purpose over perfection and how you can start even before you really feel ready. I mean, we're already in quarter two, spring is getting started, and I hope that you've been achieving all of the goals that you've set for yourself back in January. Because if not, what are you waiting for? What is the moment that you are waiting to be ready for? What are these circumstances that you're waiting for happen? Who are you supposed to be waiting for things to be ready? Readiness all starts within the mind because if you don't just start and you don't take the leap, you might never begin that journey that you want to go on, whether it's achieving your goals, becoming better, getting that new job, going on a hike, learning something new about yourself. And today's conversation is all about motivation, motivating you to just really start, even when you're feeling scared, even when you don't believe in yourself, and even when you don't feel like you're ready. Because the truth is, you're never going to feel ready. And as you jump into different situations, you have different conversations with people, you learn to really develop that self belief, that confidence, but it all comes from taking action. So the key word here is taking action. Take action no matter what. Now, of course, as you're taking action, you want to know what it is that you're aiming for because that readiness, that feeling of being ready is going to consistently be a moving target. And you're going to get yourself more distant and away from it as you continue to postpone taking action because you're waiting to feel ready. So, an example, you first want to look within and figure out what happiness means to you. What does success mean to you? And once you define that, see what is going on in your life, what you're happy about, what you're unhappy about, what you can control, and what you absolutely can't control. You'll then focus on what you can control by taking action, doing something new. And on that side of doing something new, which is also the unknown, is going to be nothing but greatness. Now, it's going to feel scary. It's going to feel like you don't even know what you're doing, but that's okay. You got to ask yourself, what am I continuously putting at risk? And what is the decision of saying yes to myself costing me? Because if you're not making the change and you're deciding to still stay in that same mindset, still continuously doing those actions or getting involved in certain behaviors that are getting you the same results, you're never going to change. You're never going to believe in yourself. And there's really never going to be a perfect moment. You really just have to throw yourself in there. If not, you're going to continuously live the same life. And if you're already unhappy with your life, why are you doing the same things? And I know how that feels because once upon a time, many, many years ago, when I was in a on and off relationship, I don't really like to go to the past so much because I've healed from it, but it's to show you that no matter what you go through, you can always overcome those challenges and those moments in time where you once upon a time didn't think you'd ever make it out or you wouldn't know anything aside from that. And I bring up that 9 year on and off toxic relationship because that is truly where my transformation began. That is where I realized either I stay in this relationship because it's my choice, because I choose to stay stuck with the familiar and what it is that I'm already comfortable with. But I know deep down that I am very unhappy. I know deep down this is not what I want. So I need to be brave. I need to believe in myself. And I really need to take the dive to just figure out what is on the other side of the unknown because I knew that eventually in the unknown, I would find myself. I would let go of the things that were weighing me down. I would truly reconnect with the Valerie who I really wanted to become and identifying what that looked like for me. Now, as we're shedding these old beliefs and old identities, you also have to realize that you're going to be coming up with new ways of thinking, new ways of doing, and it's going to feel scary. You might feel that you're not valuable to be doing it. You might not believe in yourself, but you're always going to be in this realm, meaning your body, for the rest of your life. So why not make peace with who you are, who you want to become, and even making peace with your past decisions. Even though certain circumstances you didn't choose, a lot of things, life happens to us, right? But we get to choose the actions that we take and letting go of expectations. I think that is a really big one. Sometimes we expect a certain someone to love us. We expect to get that job if we dress professional, go to the interview, make up that resume. And sometimes I know y'all be lying on them resumes, but even though if you add a little sparkle to the resume, you still want to show up as your best self as best as you can. And by preparing definitely helps a lot. But even though if you polish up that resume, you look up the company's website and you dress professional and you prepare as much as you can for that interview and you have the expectation like, yeah, I'm going to get this job, it's not always a guarantee. You just never know because it's way out of your control. And even when moments like that happen, which I'm sure we could all relate to, where one time we pitched ourselves to go get a job and we didn't get the job, and it made us question, like, why didn't I get the job? Well, it could be a lot of reasons. You'll never really pinpoint why. And all you can do is reflect on, shoot, what could I have done better to prepare myself? Let me let go of that expectation of I should be the one to get the job, because maybe you needed to wait a little longer to find a better job out there for you. And sometimes life be life and things happen to kind of put a roadblock and reroute you to another goal, another way of believing in yourself. So when these life circumstances happen and you feel like you're behind, don't feel like you're behind. Unless you really feel like you're absolutely not doing anything to change your life, just think of it like, I'm coming to a pause. Let me reflect on what I can do and let me start taking action moving forward to get the best result for myself. And as you're creating your goals and you're taking it step by step, just be content with that, getting to the next step. Because sometimes we see the whole goal and we're like, we really want to be here, but we're really down here. And you literally got to build your stairs and add those steps to get to your ultimate goal. And you just never know how long it's going to take. And even then, let's say you have this goal and you're almost getting there, but something happens and instead you're rerouted to something else and it's better than what you expected. So, sometimes they say life is what you make it. Yes, that is totally true. And it all comes again from you, from the way that you believe in yourself, the goals that you have, the relationship ultimately with yourself, because then that shows in the exterior, such as the habits that you get involved in, the way you talk to yourself, the way that you treat yourself, the boundaries that you set, and ultimately just the vision that you have for yourself. So, the next time that you don't believe in yourself or you see someone living your dream life and you feel like it's not possible for you, know that it is. It's just a matter of you really reframing your mindset and telling yourself, damn, I'm really not ready, but I'm going to do it anyways. Because realistically, when are you going to be ready? You won't know when you're actually ready. And sometimes you just got to throw yourself in the mix. And as you throw yourself into the mix of things, you realize, oh my goodness, I'm already in the middle of this. Might as well work towards the best possible outcome instead of doubting yourself. Because if you doubt yourself, which we've all had those moments, instead of telling ourselves we need to be ready, just tell yourself, I need to be willing. I'm willing to take this risk. I'm willing to take this chance on me because you're the best investment that you could ever make. And I always preach this, that if everyone focused on their personal development and pouring into themselves, they'd become the main, like that main character energy of their life and they'd be living an authentic life, which ultimately would make the world a better place because everyone is pursuing their own happiness. They're pursuing what it is that they want to do versus waiting for their dream life to just come to them. And the reality is, nobody is coming to save you. Now, you will have those people that are going to uplift you and empower you, and you're going to find tools and resources and loved ones, whether it be friends or family or getting resources from organizations. But ultimately, you can't always rely on that because you're the person who must always pour in to yourself. And as you're taking action, this all becomes evidence for you. It's evidence that you too can build a life you love. You are capable of these things that once upon a time you thought were very hard, you thought were unachievable, but here you are literally doing the damn thing. And as you're rewriting your story, because you're never too old, it's never too late. As long as you're living, you have the power to recreate your life, rewrite your story, and choose what you want it to be. Now, I've talked a lot about personal development and different free tips that you can always learn here on YouTube and anywhere that you watch me on social platforms. But where I dive deep on the three pillars of personal power, which is transform, elevate, and thrive. And it's my coaching philosophy that I've used for myself, as well as with my clients through the Life Reset course, which is a 3 day online mini course helping you to let go of what's weighing you down, reconnect with yourself, and truly reclaim the power to build the life that you love. And through the Life Reset course, you get a workbook. It's like one on one coaching with me, but at your convenience and in a small amount of time. It's just a small investment that is going to create a large impact in your life. Because I know a lot of us want things fast. We want it right here and right now. But things really don't work that way. But I promise when you take this course, you'll get that mindset shift and that self awareness of learning about who you are and diving deep into who it is that you want to become. And by the end of the 3 day Life Reset mini course, you'll walk away with a blueprint on what your next step is. And if you're interested in learning more about one on one coaching with me and how I can work with you to reframe your mindset and go from not believing in yourself to having confidence, to taking action, to goal setting, and really creating a life that you love, then please make sure that you check out my social media platform, connect with the links that are going to be in the description box below. And if this resonated with you and you're scared to take a step forward, just throw yourself in it. I know it sounds scary. And we'd rather be in our safe zone because that's what our minds are programmed to do. It's stick with what is familiar and kind of stay away from the unknown. But on the other side of that unknown can be that beautiful life that you crave so much, or that difference that you want, or just new addition to your life overall. So I encourage you to let that thought go of I'm going to do it when I'm ready to. I'm just willing to do it now and hoping for the best outcome. And again, taking aligned action. And what I mean by aligned action is to every time you get involved in something, ask yourself, is this helping me or is this hurting me? Is it helping you go towards your goals, or is it going to make you regress and take a bunch of step backs and put you in a much difficult situation? So every time you're taking an action, whether it's going to a gathering, getting involved with a certain person, um, whether it be financial, emotional, it literally applies to every aspect of your life. Ask yourself, is this going to help me? Will this be getting me closer to the goals that I want to achieve? And if it doesn't, protect your peace, set your boundaries, and stay true to yourself, because we live a life of authenticity and happiness when we're being true to ourselves, to our beliefs, and working towards our goals. So, define what happiness means to you, define what success means to you, and do the damn thing even when you don't feel ready, because you will learn so much throughout that process of not being ready and doing it anyways. So, Thank you for tuning into this short episode. Y'all already know when it's me by myself, these are short but powerful episodes. So, to connect further with me, please make sure to look at the links below in the description box. Make sure to give this video a like, share it with someone, leave a comment if something resonated for you. And please don't hesitate on sending me a message via email or social media to further connect. And I hope that you have a beautiful day. I will see you in the next video.